What's up, y'all? My name is Enoch. I'm here to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to be the best version of you that you could possibly be. I know that ain't an easy task, but let's go. Welcome back to Divine Motivation Podcast. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for sharing. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _. Now let's get into it. Okay, so I kind of want to go back a little bit because last week we talked about, how we make resolutions for the year. And sometimes we don't accomplish them because we don't set it up the right way. And I talked about the steps, having a plan for your day, having a standard for how you want your week to go, how you want your month to go. But before we even do that, there's something I thought about. Before we even get to setting a standard, we got to deal with ourselves first. So I kind of want to go back and get into character development because a lot of times our goals is not the issue. The plans we set for ourselves is not the issue. A lot of times it's ourself because the goal is the goal. What's stopping us from achieving it, a lot of the times, there's obstacles, but a lot of times it's ourselves. So before we get into setting standards and all that, we got to deal with ourselves first. So I want to go back and we're going to deal with character development. So this might even turn into a little series. So today I want to start with knowing who you are. A lot of times we don't really know who we are. So when we get into different situations, we don't handle them the right way. So the first part I want to get into is figuring out who you are, what kind of person you are. Before you get into accountability, before you get into all that other stuff, we got to figure out who you are first. Because if you don't know who you are, you won't know what you need to fix. You won't know what needs to change. So you got to ask yourself, really ask yourself, who am I? What kind of person am I? Does things tick me off easily? Am I slow-tempered? What is it about me? Deal with yourself. Because if you can't deal with yourself, then so many other things around you will always be able to distract you, will always be able to push you off course and not allow you to accomplish whatever it is you want to do. So you got to ask yourself, who am I? I really want you to keep saying that to yourself. Who am I? What kind of person am I? Who am I trying to be? You can't be something if you don't know what you want to be. So ask yourself, all right, see me, I know I'm a motivator. I have high energy. I'm just always positive. I'm always looking for better, always trying to do better. So what did I do to cultivate that? What I was taking in. Start listening to better things. Start listening to more positive things. How can I say I'm a positive person? I have this great energy. I'm a motivator, but I'm constantly listening to things that are degrading, that are negative, that's just putting me in a bad spirit. That don't match. So now you realize, okay, once you know who you are, now you can make the changes. Okay, there's certain things I used to listen to. Nah, I can't listen to that no more because of where I want to go. You see how the two and two coincide? The direction I'm trying to go, this doesn't match it. So when you don't accomplish certain things, you have to ask yourself, what was I aligned with that affected the goal? What was I doing? Do you not have discipline? We're going to get into discipline. Do you not have discipline? You got to ask yourself these little things, these different areas before we can go forward. Do I have discipline? Am I consistent? Do I have accountability? Those are three separate things that we're going to speak specific topics on, but you have to ask yourself about those first before you can make changes. What kind of person am I? Do I just follow the crowd? Do I want to be a leader? You want to be a leader, but you follow the crowd. So now you already know, okay, that's something I need to change. That might be one of the reasons I'm not accomplishing what I said I was going to do. I'm not staying true to it. And then once you start figuring out, oh, and you got to be honest. This only works if you're honest. It only works if you're honest. If you know, like, yo, I hate school. I don't like doing homework. I just can't get it done. Instead of saying, nah, I don't know why I got this homework. I don't know why I got to go to class. College, I ain't going to go nowhere in college. Instead of attacking whatever it is, the outside source, go back to you. Okay, why don't I like school? What about me says school isn't for me? Oh, I don't like school because I want to own my own business. I don't want to work for nobody. Little things like that. Oh, okay. So school is not the issue. It's not for me. And then you start realizing, like, oh, once I handle myself, that's why I'm big on knowing self, because when you do that, it allows you to take control of situations around you. If you know who you are, and then you're like, yo, I'm not going to that party or that club because I know when I go out, I bug out. So if that's you, like, you know what? I need to stay away from that. That's why it's so important to know who you are, because you can keep yourself out of certain situations. If you know, like, yo, whenever I'm on a diet and I see this specific food, it's over. So make sure that food ain't around. I know with my girl, if I, whatever, see this type of person while I'm by myself, I'm gonna go holler. What you do is, yo, when you out, make sure you're on your phone with your girl, or whatever it is, do whatever it is you got to do to make sure you're not making these mistakes that are deterring you off your path. So really think about that. Who are you? What kind of person are you? Are you someone that just can't get right? Why is that? Really dig down. Why can't I get right? What is about me that's so inconsistent? What is about me that I don't have discipline? Our biggest problems are ourselves. A lot of things you want, the ideas you have, they came in your mind for a reason, because you can accomplish them. But a lot of times we do it to ourselves. A lot of times you go to the hood, you see dudes, you be like, yo, dude, you nice in ball. Like, why you ain't never played? Yeah, out here in these streets. And it's like, dang. All he had to do was just take a couple of different steps. Do little things differently. It be the little things. Man, my wife, right? So she loves to bake. She's great. So she made cookies last week, right? And she didn't have any baking soda. And the cookies didn't come out the same. They were flat. And mind you, she makes great cookies. She was like, I just tried to improvise. It didn't work out. But it was still good, but the consistency wasn't the same. So then this week, she made cookies and she had baking soda. And then she put the baking soda, she cooked it, and it came out perfect. And she said something while I was walking past. She was like, man, just a teaspoon of baking powder, baking soda, whatever she used, made the whole difference. And I stopped and I was like, ooh, that's good. I'm like, is she like, what? She was like, I was like, how my mark. She was like, oh, you about to use that on your podcast, ain't you? I'm like, of course I am. Like, the littlest ingredient. I mean, I'm talking about there's so much ingredients that's into this cookie. And just a little teaspoon of baking soda changed the whole consistency of that cookie. Now, just imagine if you can make one little change in your life that will propel you. That will make you accomplish the things you need to anchor. That'll lead you to your God-given purpose. That'll help you embrace your gifts. One little mindset change could do that. One little action can change that. One little decision can change that. One little thing can change the whole picture, change the whole cookie. So think about that. So before you start blaming other things, before you start saying, man, I always make New Year's resolution, but I just can't accomplish it. Before you do that, before you even set a standard for yourself, look at who you are. That way, when it comes to setting a standard, you know exactly what you need to set. You know exactly how to prepare it, prepare yourself for success. Really think about that. Deal with yourself. 2022, I really need you to deal with yourself. Come at yourself the way you come at everybody else. The way you be coming at people like, yo, blah, blah, blah. Come at yourself the same way. Keep that same energy for yourself. The way you're so critical on people, keep that same energy for yourself. The way you judge people, keep that same energy for yourself. And watch how much you grow. Watch how much you change. Watch how much of a better person you become. Because now you're actually dealing with yourself. Deal with yourself. Really hear me. Character development starts with you. Deal with who you are. Figure out who you are, and then you can put the things in place to start making changes. It sounds simple. It is. It's that simple. It's only hard if you don't want to accept it and humble yourself to it. You got to accept it. You're gonna learn some things about yourself that you're like, dang, I didn't even realize I was like that. But that's important because now you know who you are. That's the key to knowing who you are, is really being in tune and taking a second to sit down and say, man, I am this way. People be like, yo, why you act like? You be like, nah. Then you start to accept it and be like, I am that way. But it's okay because now I can do something about it. And that's the goal here, to become the best version of you that you can possibly be. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. I do not take your time for granted. I really don't. Really take what I'm saying and apply it. Don't just watch it just to watch it. Really take it and apply it. I appreciate you. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _. Follow the YouTube, subscribe, share this to somebody, let somebody see it. And we'll be back next week. Appreciate y'all. I see you.